Hey guys, Eric Sargent, General Manager at Ed Martin Toyota in Noblesville, Indiana, and today we're going to show off a supercharged 2021 Lane Cruiser that's currently for sale with only 11,000 miles on it. Let's get started. Okay, so now that we have the hood opened up, we'll kind of start with the performance modification. As you can see, we have a supercharger installed here. This is the TVS 2650. It's 50 state carb certified supercharger. Adds between 80 and 100 horsepower. Also under the hood, we have a dual battery setup. We have two full throttle AGM batteries. We have a Group 31 that's located in the normal lead acid crank battery location. This is actually the auxiliary battery, and then the crank battery is the Group 35. They have been reversed mainly for the purposes just to have additional juice for all of your auxiliary accessories off the big battery. And then this Group 35 AGM has the same cold cranking amps as the lead acid factory battery. They're connected with the Redarc BCDC 1240D DC-DC. Allows the two batteries to charge up with the alternator, but also through solar. And then we also have our Busman fuses that are located on top of the crank battery, and then also a couple over here on the auxiliary battery as well. We did add the hood lights on this build so that if you are working on your car in the dark, you can just hit this little rocker switch right here and alternate between white or red, whichever you prefer. And we have an ARB Twin Air compressor that's located right here on a Slee Twin Air compressor tray. Okay, so moving on to the front end, we are going to kind of go over some armor. We have the Slee Off-Road front bumper. This is the hybrid front bumper, so it's aluminum and steel both. This bumper is going to obviously increase the approach angle of the vehicle. Of course, it's heavy duty, so if you hit a rock on it, you're not going to be damaging anything at all. It gives you the ability to add a winch. We have gone with the worn Zeon 12S Platinum winch. This is a synthetic rope winch, wireless controller, also a dual clutch unit. It's the top line worn winch. Factory 55 Ultra Hook. For the light bar, we've gone with the Baja S8 and then also the Baja S2 fog lights kitted over here. One nice transition from the Slee front bumper to the underneath of the carriage is the Slee Off-Road skid plate system. This is a full skid plate system that is connected from the front to the engine, transmission, and underneath the vehicle. One more thing about this front bumper is it does retain the OEM parking sensors and also does not conflict with the pre-collision system from Toyota. So general overall appearance on this vehicle, you'll notice that there's a lot of gray. We did delete the chrome right here. We did have the Slee front bumper color matched in 1G3 to the car itself. So this is all done at our Ed Martin body shop. So this actually, we ordered this and painted it ourselves in-house before the installation. And then also the chrome portions of the vehicle, the front grille, inside the front grille, the headlamp wings are all painted, again, 1G3 Toyota magnetic gray metallic. Kind of moving off to the side of the vehicle, you'll notice that it has a lifted stance on it. It's an OME BP-51 3-inch lift. The chrome delete continues along the side here. Being a base model, it does have the lower door molding, so these are painted in the same Toyota magnetic gray metallic. And then that magnetic gray metallic chrome delete continues all the way around the vehicle to the back end, where you have these pieces that were factory chrome underneath of the tail lamps and the reverse lights, and of course the Lane Cruiser badging itself. And then for the Toyota sombrero, as well as the V8 logo on the side, we did go with a gloss black finish to kind of match the sheen and put the windows. On the side here, we also have typically a factory chrome piece that is called a window belt molding, and this belt molding is painted in a matte finish to match the sheen of the factory plastic that goes along here. Again, 3-inch lift, OME BP-51 lift. It is a 3-inch lift. We have the factory wheels. These are the Toyota wheels that came with the vehicle, just powder coated in a satin black finish. In terms of size, this is just under a 34-inch. It's an LT305 65/18, and it's about 12.2 inches in total width. The rocker protection is the Slee form sliders right there. And then moving into the back for increased departure angle and of course accessories, we have the Slee Rear bumper. This bumper is obviously the dual carrier arm bumper. So we have one-handed operation here, T-handle to pull up, and We have additional rigid backup lights installed in the bumper. This bumper is a nice setup. Obviously, you have a ladder for easy access to the top of the vehicle. And then it has these additional locking struts so that if the vehicle is parked on an incline or decline and there's no risk of it actually just having gravity or wind actually pull it. Once it opens, that does lock itself. To unlock it, you just pull up, push in, the T-handle will grab it, and then that is locked at that point. The only way to unlock it is by pulling up on that spring-loaded T-handle and pulling it back out. Underneath of the Slee Rear bumper, we have a 24-gallon long-range fuel tank. The factory fuel tank is 25 gallons, so as you're driving, you can actually do a complete fill-up. Once your check engine light comes on, you can press the button while you're driving and then completely fill up the vehicle in about 30 minutes. So now that we have the carrier arms opened up, again, you can kind of see the full chrome delete here. You'll notice that there is another video camera that's located right here on the underbody spoiler. It's almost invisible unless you're looking specifically for it. This is when you have a additional rear bumper carrier, obviously it's very easy to block the visibility from the Toyota factory rear backup camera. So that's the reason for this being up here. This is actually located, although this one is still fully functional, this one is actually located, the display is located in the rear view mirror. So you can press a button and then you can see a full display of what's in a live video feed from this camera on the rear view camera. Okay, so now that we have the back opened up, we'll go ahead and talk about a couple upgrades on the inside of the back. Obviously, it's a base model, so it has the third row. The third row seats are fully removable. Just a couple bolts on each side. We have the Tailor hidden tailgate locker. This is a cool modification for a couple of reasons. One, the typical space that Toyota lets you store here is enough room for a couple of these tool kits on both sides. The problem that you run into is they have a divider piece, so if you wanted to store something that's long, you really can't do that. Plus, this unit actually locks. So this gives you the ability to put some Kaizen foam or anything back here that you want to, like recovery gear, first aid gear, maybe some firearms or something that you want to keep nice, secure and locked. So what we've done is we've dynamatted the interior of this. We've carpeted it with automotive grade carpet, installed the locker on it, and then finished it off with automotive carpet. So it looks like an OEM finish, but it still has the practicality of the additional use of space. You'll notice there's a couple 80-20 cross members that are included with it. The previous owner reconfigured the cross member setup, so if these need to be added back in, they will be included with the build. You notice right here where the bottle jack storage is, there are a couple additional USB ports. We have a USB-C, a USB-A, as well as a 12-volt outlet. These are, of course, wired into the dual battery setup. So these are, you can charge your devices and not have to worry about it drawing off of your crank battery. Another thing that we have done is we've taken the carpet out of this vehicle and we've added a full layer of Dynamat that's been applied just to reduce noise, vibration, and harshness of the off-road tire. There is a, right behind where the factory subwoofer goes, that's been replaced with an aftermarket subwoofer. It's a Diamond 8-inch, and also a Diamond digital amplifier is located right back here, and you still retain full access to the bottle jack. And then also, while we're back here on the actual hatchback, we do have the dual color Wayland lights. The amber for nighttime, white for dusk time where you're needing maximum visibility, but red to reduce bugs and easier on your eyes. Another accessory that is included on this build is the ARB jack mount for the Slee tire carrier. Moving on to the roof, we have a Prinsu roof rack. This is an aluminum roof rack. It comes with a couple extra 80-20 bars that are on the inside that the previous owner is including with the sale of this vehicle. You'll notice that we do have a couple scene lights, and these scene lights are the rigid 1x2-inch scene lights that are located on both the driver and the passenger, so they're a total of 4. They are switched independently. They are switched from the Switch Pro, and we'll talk about that once we get inside the vehicle. On the underside of the Slee form sliders, we did install some rock lights that you can be turned on through the Switch Pros, but they're typically just used more of a courtesy light. So if you approach the vehicle, unlock the vehicle, when you open the door or unlock the vehicle, they'll turn on automatically. I'm going to go ahead and open the front door, and the lights will turn on. In order to turn them off, once you shut the door, you can just hit lock, and then the lights will turn off. If you don't lock the vehicle, they will shut off after about 30 seconds. Okay, so being a base model, you are going to get the cool box located right here in the center console. Has a little bit less space than obviously a Heritage Edition, because Heritage Editions do not come with the cool box, but it is always nice having that feature. On the inside, again, you'll have the, this is the rear view camera. This is going to have a live feed of the camera that's located underneath of the rear spoiler. We have a magic mount right here, just for attaching a cell phone via magnet. And then once we're on the inside, we will go ahead and kind of go over the additional buttons and switches. We have a Switch Pro located right here in the sunglasses holder. You'll notice that this is fully used, so we have the ARB Twin Air compressor located right here. We have another button that's labeled auxiliary, but it has a picture of a battery. The battery is actually going to be is going to link the two full throttle AGM batteries together. So in the event that you had a crank battery that eventually died, you could jump start it with the other battery by pressing that button. There, it'll physically link the two batteries together, just like jumper cables. And then you have the left and the right scene lights located right here. And then you'll notice that we have the front light bar, which is the Baja S8. We have the rock light override. If you wanted to drive with the rock lights on, maybe on a trail that was, you know, at dusk where you needed a spotter underneath the vehicle. And then we have the rear locker. This is an ARB air locker. And we do have two buttons to actually enable that rear locker, because we don't want that button to be accidentally turned on while driving. So we have a locker enable button that will then allow that button to be pressed. If you press that button without the locker enable, the rear locker won't engage, and that's just a safety mechanism override. We also have integrated an EC Off-Road Apple CarPlay unit, so that this vehicle does have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It can be wired or wireless. If you do wired, it's going to be connected with this USB-A port located right here. This is the factory USB port. And if you do wireless, then it'll just use Bluetooth. Over here to the left of the steering wheel, you're going to have your long-range fuel tank transfer switch. This will tell you how much fuel is in the auxiliary fuel tank, and it takes about 1 minute per gallon. So if you hit the button while you're driving, it should take about 25 to 30 minutes to fully transfer the auxiliary tank back into the main tank. And that's a wrap on this walk around for this 2021 200 Series Land Cruiser that is currently for sale. If you have any interest in purchasing it, the thumbnail and the title of this video will say for sale. Once we sell it, we'll change the thumbnail to sold, and we'll change the title to the word sold. So if you have any interest in this vehicle, there'll be a link to the listing on our website. If you guys like it, please hit thumbs up, comment, subscribe to the channel for future Land Cruiser content.